Forgot how to unmute. Nah, again, it's not. I'm not using my Streamlab like I normally would. Hold on. Make sure I got the thing set up here right. Alright, there we go. Alright, again, sorry about that, everyone. I had to do some finagling with my overlays with us doing a one-shot tonight. But again, welcome to the Courts of the Celtic Wyvern King. I am Kellen, also known as the Celtic Wyvern King. Tonight, instead of playing our normal Stargate 5e game, we're going to be doing a D&D 5e one-shot just because sadly one of our players is still not feeling well and has not recovered their voice yet. So we're just going to let them, have the week off so that way they can get that back because it's kind of hard to play if you can't talk. But with that, we're going to go ahead and go around and just, for one, to say, who you are, where you can find you, and just some of the other projects you're part of. All right, we're going to go ahead and start with you, B.
Hi, I'm B, also known as the Chronic of April on TikTok and Twitch. I stream on Twitch as well, and pretty much it for me tonight. I don't have a whole lot going on at the moment.
Okay, Lisa.
Hey, I'm Lisa, D&D Winterwolf on TikTok and Discord. I can be found on Mondays. We alternate on Mondays. One is Origins and Orlea's story, and the other is Origins Moonriders of Aria. And then, of course, on Friday, every other Friday, as in tonight, usually we're playing our 5e Stargate game, which is so much fun with this amazing group of people. So if you haven't had a chance to see that, come back in 2 weeks and check that out when hopefully we have our down team member back up and running.
All right, Nick.
Hey everybody, Nick Santoro. You can find me here, just like with Winterwolf and Kellen, and also on the Origins Overlay stream as well. I think next one's coming up this coming Monday, and then every other Monday from there. I also haven't gotten around to it, but I do plan on start Twitch streaming here at NickSan73, and you can find me on TikTok at Professor Hexagon.
All right, awesome. And with that, we're going to go ahead and dive right on in. So we're going to be running a one-shot off of D&D Beyond called Prisoner 13, because 13 is such a lucky number. So with that, let me get up to where I need to get here first. Excuse me. Alright. And then, real quick, just because we didn't discuss this before starting, any of y'all choosing the Golden Vault as your patron for this, or are you guys essentially someone went, I know a guy, and you were the guy?
I'm the guy.
Okay. No, a guy. They recruited me.
Okay. B?
Recruited.
Okay, so all y'all were essentially where someone went, I know a guy, and y'all were that guy.
Yeah.
At that point, then, do you guys want to do it where you guys are already a crew, or do you guys want to do it where you all were separate?
We could do. Let's do separate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Since I don't know the other characters, that way we can get to know each other as we get to know each other.
Yeah, hey, nothing wrong with that. Okay. So all y'all, in one form or another, essentially receive some kind of communication to head to a tavern called the Golden Horn to meet with your contact to learn more about, what you've been, kind of, Shanghai and doing. All right, and we're just going to roll randomly to see who shows up first. I'm just going to get a D4, and we'll re-roll on 4s. Funny enough, that was a 4. All right, B, you're the first one to show up. So, as you show up to the Golden Horn, go ahead and describe us. Go ahead and introduce your character for tonight.
All right, so I am playing Ryan Boulderhand. He's a halfling. He's actually shorter than your average height. He's about 2'8", I think I said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, about 2'7", 2'8", and he's still about your normal weight, 40 pounds, somewhere around there. And he has dark brown hair, dark brown eyes, he's rather average looking for the most part by design. And he's a criminal spy halfling. So I'm gonna say he had learned about this potential chance for some money through his criminal contacts.
Okay. So when you enter the Golden Horn, you're going to see on the far end, there's going to be the bar with the tavern keep. Dude.
You're trying to describe or disappeared.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to figure out what the hell just happened. There we go. Okay. Bots will be bots. Anyway, so like I said, on the far end of the tavern, you're gonna see, like I said, you're gonna see the bar. You're gonna see the bar keep. There's not a single seat open at the bar. Most of the tables are kind of filled up. There's a booth in the far corner that's open, as well as a table literally just to your right as well.
Well, he'll go ahead and go over and sit down at the table, and we'll climb up and sit down.
Okay. And then as you're sitting down, a waitress is going to walk up and ask if you want anything to drink or eat.
An ale.
You said a nail?
Ale.
Ale. Okay, I'm about to say, hold up.
A
That's a
nail.
tough halfling. Okay. Yeah, so they walk away and they'll come back with a pint and sit in front of you. And then at that moment, Nick, you enter. Just go ahead and introduce your character.
So in walks Han Bitterbrewer. You see a dwarf about 4'5" come walking in. His beard is braided in 3 long braids, and he has brown hair with a streak of blue down one side. He also kind of looks perpetually like not wet, but like damp. And as he walks in, you see he has like a toad on his shoulder, and kind of looks around to see who all is here, and only sees the halfling and chooses like, okay, this is. I'm gonna go sit by myself. So he goes over to the booth and sits on the booth with, facing the door.
Okay. Yeah, and I was saying, man, it's pretty crowded. Like I said, really the only other spots where the booth or where the B's character sat.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And then again, we'll have a waiter come up to you this time. Again, same thing. Ask, do you want anything to drink, anything to eat?
An ale, please.
All right. They're just like right away, and they'll come back and they'll give you a pint as well. All right.
Obliged.
And then at this moment is when Lisa's character will walk in.
Muted.
Yes, she is muted. She is a tabaxi, a small tabaxi, kind of reddish brown fur, green eyes. Her name is Smoke on the Water, but they call her Smoke. And she will come in and look around, and seeing that there's no tables or booths open, she will just literally push her way through to the bar.
Okay.
Just pushing people out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, you make it up to the bar, and like, there's not really a place for you to like get through there, except kind of where the door is. Like, you know how some bars will have like like half of a swinging door.
Yeah,
that's like really the only open spot.
I'll take it.
All right, the barkeep will see you. Go like, what do you want to drink?
Whiskey.
All right. And then, they'll pour it, they'll give it to you, and then, there. And you guys will sit there for a bit, the tavern will start to clear out. It takes a couple hours. But as it clears out, you're going to notice in the opposite corner from where your character is, Nick, where Hans is sitting, in the opposite corner, you're going to see another dwarf. He's definitely a bit more... You can definitely tell he's got some sort of stature attributed to him. Like he's not just some like random adventurer, but I'm also not saying like he's just some pompous person going like, oh, I broke an, like that kind of dwarf. Like he's still a dwarf. And all three of you can see him, by the way, at this point. And he's just sitting there, and there's probably like 4 pints that are emptied on his table, and he has another one in his hand.
I'm gonna walk over to him and sit down across from him and look at his empty pints and be like, tastes like crap, right?
Yeah, he'll finish chugging what was left of his, because there's about a quarter left. And sets it down, is going, nah, I brewed it.
At this point, he has 2 choices to either accept defeat or double down. So he's going to double down and look at him and be like, mine would be better.
Are you looking to get run out of town?
Not just state of fact.
And he's going to look you dead in the eye. And then he'll just start laughing.
I played off like I knew that was going to happen inside. I'm just going to...
And then B and Lisa, y'all's characters can see this interaction happening as well. Do you guys do anything?
I'm keeping an eye on this situation.
Okay. And then B?
My halfling's keeping an eye upon the 2 dwarves, but he's also subtly trying to move more to being hidden away from view.
So you're trying to hide?
Yep.
Let's go and get the first roll of the night. Give me stealth. Give
me a second. I gotta wait for the animation.
You're fine. Oh, excuse me.
Go on, stop rolling. 16.
A 16? Yeah, so you're able to, kind of hide without hiding. Like, you're still in view, but you're not being conspicuous. As you're able to kind of get nearer and kind of, like, see more about what's happening at the table. And then, Nick, what's your passive perception since you're right on top of him?
9.
Passes with 9? Damn. Okay. So all 3 of you then go ahead and roll perception for me as well. I was hoping your passive would be high enough since you're right on top of them.
So my perception is a -1, so I'm sitting at... I did roll 19, though, so I got an 18.
Okay.
I rolled an 8.
Okay.
And I got 12.
Alright. So, everyone but Lisa's able to see this. Lisa, I think you're just enjoying your whiskey a little too much. Like, just the flavor of it. Not like your character's getting drunk or anything. Just so you're like, man, this is a good whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to say it's, I was trying to think of that whiskey that we had in Origins. The one that Taryn described. Damn it, I can't remember. But it was like that. you know what I mean.
You mean the freshly squeezed... No, that's the wine. The freshly squeezed strawberry wine.
Was a wine. Yeah, that I remember clearly because that was a great moment. But yeah, so Nick and B, both of you are able to see that the dwarf at the table, besides Hans, has a brooch holding their cloak, where it looks like a axe that has been broken in half. On that part, and both of you know that's what you're supposed to be looking for to find your contact.
How empty would you say the bar is now?
I'd say it's only about a quarter full at this point. It's mostly been emptied out.
So I kind of like hushed tones be like, "So you're the person I'm looking for."
Depends on why you're looking for me.
Hey, I was asked to be here, so if I'm not wanted here, other places I could be.
Hold your pants.
I give my
And-
toad a knowing look.
But he's gonna motion for another pint to get brought over, and then he's just gonna say, "I thought there was gonna be 3 of you."
Well, I'm assuming the halfling that's doing a piss poor job at hiding is probably one of them.
Oh, you don't see him. He's still hiding well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he rolled one of he's hiding without hiding, he
blending in.
yeah, pretty much. He's
Okay,
he's pulling Assassin's Creed blending in, he's just sitting there chilling.
I'm sure they'll make themselves known eventually.
Yeah, I will more now that the crowd is kind of thinned out. I will make a more active effort to look for this thing I'm supposed to look for.
Yeah, go ahead and give me another perception. And then while you're doing that, B, are you chiming in at this point, or are you still just listening in to Hans and the dwarf?
Listening in, maybe looking for something valuable to steal.
I mean, he's got a giant gold pouch to his hip, as whether it's a good idea is a different story.
And he kind of just still blending in, scoping things
I
out.
rolled a 14.
Yeah, you're able to see the same brooch that Hans and B's character saw.
So is he sitting at a table or a booth?
He's at a booth.
Okay. So I will walk over and just slide into the booth and sit down. Say, "Am I late? Am I late for the party?"
Depends on what party you're talking about.
The only party in town.
And he's just gonna give you just a look up and down, and be like, "Okay, that makes 2. Where's the 3rd?"
About this time, keeping the blending in theme going, the little halfling here, Ryan,
Yeah.
will stealthily make his way through the group, eyeing that pouch, and yes, he would attempt to take some gold.
All right. Well, first, give me another stealth check, because again,
Alright,
the place is thinned out.
Yeah. Oh no, keep rolling. No.
Okay, it sounds like you're playing craps there.
It feels like it. 17.
All right, hold on. Okay, yeah. So you're still hiding pretty well. He has not noticed you. And actually, real quick, Nick and Lisa, give me perception rolls as well.
15.
13.
Yeah, neither of you see Ryan. Okay, so you're able to make it over. Give me a sleight of hand check now.
It rolled off screen. Wait, it's okay. It's back on screen. I really don't like this animation. It's teasing me. Is that the number? All right. Wait, stop rolling. You're on a good number. 14. I'll take
14?
it.
Yeah, so yeah, you're able to lift a few gold pieces. I'd say you got about 5.
Would pocket the gold and just nonchalantly slide into the booth with a nod to the group.
He's going to look over to you and go like, "Who's the youngin'?"
My contact had said you're looking for someone. And I'd pull out the 5 gold pieces, set it on, and say a round's on me.
Generous.
Oh, that's cocky as hell, and I love that. Um. Uh, God damn it. At that point, he's going to, you guys all got your pints or whiskey if you want another whiskey there, Smokey. And after a bit, Varn's going to turn to y'all and go, "Thank you for hearing me out. My name is Varn Oxbreaker, and I have a proposition for you. My clan has located wealth stolen from us many years ago, but it's sealed in a vault that's magically locked. If you can recover the key, whatever it is, you'll gain the undying gratitude of Clan Oxbreaker. And I'll cut you in for a percentage of the recovered treasure, of course. The catch here is the person who knows... Oh, go ahead. Alright. The catch here is the person who knows how to open the vault is rotting away in the prison of Revel's End. She's proved uncooperative with my people in the past, but I recently discovered the vault where she hid what she stole from us. I need you to question her and learn how to open the vault. How you do that is up to you. If you need to spring her from the prison in exchange for this information, please do so. I can provide you with a way in, as well as a layout of Revel's Inn and a few useful tricks." He's then going to pull out the sapphire and he's gonna wave his hand over, and you're gonna see a map of the building appear in front of you. He'll tap it again, vanish, and the sapphire is about the size of a small orange. So it's like a pretty decently sized rock too. But it's going to split into sections, and he's going to pass a third of it to each of you. The fragment grows warm in your hands, melts, and then vanishes, leaving a warm, tingling sensation behind. Excuse me. Think about the map of Revel's End, and you'll be able to see it.
You said a percentage. What percentage are you talking about?
I gotta get down to where they said that. 2%.
2?
Huh.
2.
Hardly worth our time.
I don't deal with anything less than 5, so that's where I stand.
2 is my offer.
He's gonna sit back, think for a second. He knows like the people he's from, and he looks over at the toad on his shoulder, kind of. Okay, we'll do 2.
All right, Smokey, Ryan. What do you all say?
Ryan's
What kind of
actually. Oh, go
How
ahead,
much-
Musa.
how much treasure are we talking about? 2% of what?
It's like whatever's in the vault is what he's offering. Because this treasure got stolen a while ago.
You're talking about what treasure specifically? Is it the entire contents of the vault, or is it one specific thing?
The entire vault is what is 2% of what's in the entire vault. Yeah, this isn't like, Aladdin where it's like, nah, I just want you to grab this lamp even though there's a mountain of gold. Nah, it's going to be like, they're trying to get it back into the entire vault.
Knowing there's a chance to make profit, and most likely maybe slip a few here and there without being seen, Ryan would just casually give a nod of agreement.
Yeah, and then just so you guys have it, I'm going to put it in the chat here. Oh, where did it go? But that is the floor plan you guys see when you get when it appeared in front of you, and whenever you think of it. Just so you guys have that.
So let me get this straight. You want us to break into a prison, talk to and or break out a prisoner, get information about how to get into an otherwise inaccessible vault to steal the entire contents of said vault.
Oh, it's not to steal what's in the vault. It's to let us get in there. The contents are what's left of my clan's fortune. Yeah, all he's asking of y'all is to get the keys so they can get in there. They know where the vault is.
I have interrogated in the past. That's something I feel comfortable doing. And I might be able to help with the acquisition of the prisoner. As long as these two are with me. I can't do it alone.
Smokey, Ryan, any comment? Anything you guys want to try and do?
I'm just still thinking about this 2%, which seems like nothing. You know?
I mean, if you want to try and haggle bit, I mean, you can give me a... where is it? You can give me a persuasion check.
I'll give you a persuasion.
Yeah, that was for shit. I ain't persuading nobody.
What, nat one?
No. I only got an 8.
Okay. And what
Got
did you
an
do? What did
8
Ryan roll?
I don't know. My dice is still teasing me. Ooh, 22.
You said 22?
There you go.
Yeah.
So with that goes a DC 20. With that, well, first off, what are you saying to persuade him? What are you saying or doing to persuade him?
So Ryan, in his expertise of dealing with the criminal element, is trying to twist the words around in a way that it would give him give at least to Ryan, if anyone, a higher percentage and his party. So.
All right. Yeah, well, still, with that, he's going to, kind of look at all three of you and just go, fine. Instead of 2%, I'll give 3. But no higher.
Fine, I don't have any other plans anyway.
So generous.
I mean, if you guys see what the treasure is, like the amount that for 2 or 3%, you guys won't complain. All right. So, do you guys have any questions for him? Besides negotiating pay.
So what's the way in?
So when it comes to way in, I'm trying to think, where was it? So there's different ways to get in. So one way is, and he'll tell you this, that he's sent some of his agents ahead of time, to essentially grab some uniforms for y'all. And it could be your choice on what you do. You can either impersonate a guard or kitchen staff. Or if you're a small enough character, if you want, you could try and hide away inside of crate of supplies. You can also act as a visitor. Because visitors can request a meeting with prisoners, but those meetings are always supervised.
That's a no-go. You said you've talked to this prisoner before and they haven't divulged any information. How have you talked to them? Like, can you be specific?
He himself cannot be specific, but let's just say they've tried a lot of methods.
Is there any?
Like they're the reason she's in this prison.
And what is her name again?
He is. Hold on, let me double check. He doesn't really want to say. He's kind of holding off on wanting to say the name. All he's saying is that they're called Prisoner 13.
Well, let's say we go in there and maybe they decide to swap uniforms one day. One other person's 13, and we go for the wrong person. We need to know who we're talking to.
Give me a persuasion.
$15.
Yeah, with that, you just see him, he just starts, stroking his beard and just goes, I will tell you her name, but you are to act as if you do not know it. Because the only ones that know her name are the ones that put her in there and the warden. So if you act as if you know her name, you will more than likely get caught. But her name is Corda Glintstone.
Holda?
No, Corda. So I'm really
Corda Glyn.
Yeah, I'm really congested, so the Irish accent ain't really helping. Oh, give me a second. But yeah, it is Corda Glintstone. But again, if you are asked, you do not know her name.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Good. Alright, any other questions you guys have?
Ryan would look, and he would ask if there's any other ways in, like any.
I mean, the ways in that he mentioned are pretty much the guaranteed ways of getting in the building. Because Revel's End,
Oh, don't tell Rogue he can't do something.
no, just hold on. I'm trying to find the part of it. Where the heck is it? Now, let me put it this way. Revel's End would be like the equivalent of like Alcatraz. It's not really any easy way in or out. Like, usually the ones who
And we're supposed to. So we have a way in, but we're supposed to break her out.
He said He said that you can break her out only if that's the only option to get the key, to get the details on how to get in the vault. Yeah. He did say any means necessary. So if that includes busting her out, fine. But that's not the way you have to do it. You can leave her there to rot for all he cares. As long as they get into the vault.
What time of day is it, too, by the way?
Oh, right now it's like the evening.
You said we'd have access to like prisoner guards, the outfits?
Yeah.
Well, if we get smuggled in crates, we're going to end up stuck wherever they deliver the crates to.
Well, the crate one is only for those who are literally size small.
So in other words,
would
Ryan.
be me.
Okay, yeah. I know, I'm just saying.
And me. I'm small.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying because you said we, so I'm going to make sure you guys aren't including Nick in that because Nick's the
No,
only one who couldn't.
No, I'm thinking, we would still end up only wherever they deliver the crates and still would have to figure out where to go from there. If we go in as kitchen staff, we're going to be in the kitchen. But if we go in as guards, odds are at least one of us might get assigned to wherever they are.
looking at the plans, it looks like there is a storage facility in the northwest corner, which is on the opposite side because the prisoner's cell is on the northeast corner.
Where's this at?
It's further up in the chat is where I posted the picture. Normally I would screen share, but I kind of can't because I would kind of give away the one shot.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
My chat didn't light up, so I'm missing it.
So all three of us are rather diminutive in size. What are the odds, do you think, that they'll have 3 guards that are short stacks that could blend in?
Good point.
I don't want to go making any assumptions, but Smoke, you're a tabaxi. Your people are rather fast, yes?
Can be, yes.
Ryan would just look and be like, buy me second dinner and get me right into one of those crates. I'll be in.
Alright, so Ryan's set on crates. What about Hans and Smokey? What are
Oh no, he's only set on crates if you get buy him second dinner. You got to feed a halfway in here.
Who's to say there won't be food in the crate?
Oh, but he wants his second dinner now. See.
Yeah. Well, we'll come back to that part in a second. And Hans, Smokey, like, what are y'all's thoughts? Are y'all going?
If we're doing the crates, I do have my friend here. He gestures to his toad. He's more than he seems, and is a very, very talented friend.
Yeah,
So he could accompany. Sorry.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, I was like, well, okay, never mind. I see where you're going. With that, never mind. Keep going.
He could accompany you in the crate while I could cause a distraction. Your stunned silence is very reassuring.
All right, crates it is.
Okay, so Smokey's crate. Ryan needs to get second dinner first if he was going to do a crate. Hans, what are you going to do? Are you doing cook? Are you doing guard? Or are you going to try and go through as a visitor?
I'm going to try and go up as a visitor while my familiar goes with them invisible. Because
okay,
he
so
is...
we are really split the party. Okay.
We could all go to a different area just to see who has the best luck.
All right. So back to Ryan real quick then. All right. Considering you're already pilfered his pocket, even though he doesn't know yet, give me a persuasion to see if he'll buy you supper.
Stop right there. No, don't. Okay, I think I got it the roll I want. Maybe? I don't know. It's hard to tell with this dice. Uh-oh, no. I don't think that's gonna... I rolled a 6. My luck here ran out.
He ain't gonna buy you supper. So are you still gonna go in the crate, or are you gonna try something else?
I'll go guard then.
Oh, okay. Now we really are splitting. Oh my god. Okay.
I think I could pull. I think I could pull that guard side off then. A disgruntled agreement, but agreement to go.
Okay. So with that, he's gonna essentially just with that, he's going to send y'all on your way.
Oh my God.
You
It's
guys
a disaster written all over it.
he's going to send y'all to. He's going to tell y'all to meet up with his contact Bethra, in the town of Luskan, which is near Revel's End. Because once there, for those going either through supply crate and or outfit, you will board a ship to the dock at Revel's End. For Hans, yeah, you're gonna be riding. You can't go through the staff entrance. Oh, hold on, headset died. 1 second. Come on, plug in, you bastard.
The problem of wireless technology.
All right, there we go. Okay,
Put
no,
the
it's not
plug
from
in your
wireless.
bathroom.
No, any food in the crate would just remind him of the supper he didn't get.
Yeah. But so you guys.
I can't believe you didn't go for kitchen staff. You could have gotten food.
Like I said, and he's upset that couldn't get a second dinner out of it.
So
I mean,
well, okay, let me rephrase that. Luskan is not that close to Revel's End because it's going to be a 3-day ride by ship. So Smokey, have fun in the crate.
Oh my God.
it just makes me even happier.
Wait
now.
a minute. Is this crate going to be sealed? How am I going to get out?
No, there'll be ways for you to bust out.
Okay.
It's not gonna be like sealed like with straps and stuff like that. Don't worry, you'll be able to get out. They would not leave that as an option if there wasn't a way for you to get out. Okay, you aren't the patsy. Don't worry.
They stacked 5 crates on top of my crate.
Yeah, or at least not yet. We'll see what Hans and Ryan do. Who knows? They might throw you under the bus. Because no honor among thieves, you know. Alright. But you guys make it to Luskan. Bethra gives Ryan a uniform. They load you up in a crate, Smokey, and then they give Hans the directions to get there by horseback. Thankfully, they found the fastest route, so you get there roughly around the same time as them, if not maybe a little earlier. And then, Ryan, go ahead and come up with the name of a guard. Because that'll be the name of whoever you're impersonating.
Oh.
And don't worry, no staff were killed or harmed. It is a catch and release.
What's the race he's going to be impersonating?
It's a uniform that fits you, so it's more likely a halfling uniform.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's literally just come up with a name for another halfling.
Azul Cloud Spell.
Oh, I heard Cloud Spell. What was the first part?
Azul.
Okay. And actually, funny enough, I find it funny that Scriptly caught the Azul part correctly, and yet it doesn't catch the rest correctly. Okay, so you guys again, you do the 3-day travel, and you as you are getting near it, both Hans and Ryan are able to see this. Because Revel's End, essentially, like, from the pier where you're going to be entering, Ryan, there's an elevator shaft that goes all the way up to the base of the tower, because it's on the side of a mountain.
Okay.
And then, as you both can see, there are 20-foot high walls surrounding this tower. Like I said, Alcatraz. Okay, at least I didn't say Azkaban.
Dementor.
That gives me ideas for later. Anyway. But you guys are able to make it there, no problem. I will say, because you have been traveling, Hans, give me a Constitution saving throw.
There's an 8.
So as you got closer to it, this is where we really start feeling the cold, because it's typically about 0 degrees or lower Fahrenheit. So hey, the temperature you have right now. So with that, you have 1 level of exhaustion. So with 1 level, all you have is just disadvantage on ability checks. That's it. Nothing major.
I don't
If
know.
I
It could be
already have
major.
advantage on it, does it make me roll flat? Is that how that works?
Huh?
If I already have advantage on something, that I
Yeah. So if you have a roll that will give you advantage on something, like what's one you have advantage on, just for example's sake. If you have any that are passively advantage.
say we have advantage on like saves versus poisons.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. So well, actually, I think did they? No, it's disadvantage on just ability checks, not saving throws. That's if you had 3 levels of exhaustion. But just to stick with that example, yes, let's say you did get up to that 3rd level of exhaustion, because you have advantage against saving throws on poison, because you'd be given disadvantage, it would just be a flat roll. Because they do cancel each other out. But yeah, no, it's just your ability check. So if I ask for like perceptions, constitution, or not constitution, sorry, stealth, stuff like that, that's where you roll disadvantage. Yeah, who knows? Maybe being, covered in water the whole time didn't help you there.
So ice is forming on my skin. This is weird.
Yep. Hey, Will. Alright. But also there are going to be 4 guard towers surrounding it. And there's guards stationed on tower. All of them are smart enough to wear cold weather gear, though. As is everyone who's coming in on the boat. But you guys make it. I would say, Hans, you're going to get there probably a day before the boat does, because you literally made your horse hoof it. No pun intended. So we will come back to you in a second.
I don't believe you.
Huh?
I don't believe that pun wasn't intended.
It wasn't. To be honest, it wasn't. Anyway. But we're going to go to Ryan and Smokey. So you guys make it roughly around dawn, and Smokey, inside the box, it is definitely a little cold for you. Thankfully, you're not having to deal, even though it's not sealed and you can breathe through it, you're not dealing with the wind, so you don't have to worry about the wind chills much. But you guys are going to make it there, and, they're going to unload this boat, prisoners, guards, kitchen out, they're all going to go up the elevator. And Ryan, you're going to come across the head guard, Eula Dargiria, in the barracks, because you're taking straight to the barracks. You don't even get a chance to dilly dally. And then,
is there a chance to maybe perhaps slip into the shadows and?
Not at this point.
Okay.
Whereas. Let me find this. Whereas Smokey, your crate gets taken to. What are the upstairs? Hold on. Hold on. So 13, 8, 8. All right, I'm gonna roll for this. Oop. No, my dice. Oh, wait, there it is.
Not a good sign.
No, it fell off my desk. Alright, so with that, you're actually going to get dropped off in the storeroom, which is over on that northwest corner. So, yeah. You didn't get taken to a crowded area.
Okay.
And then, like I said, I'll come right back to y'all on that part. So, Nick, like I said, you arrived probably like a day sooner, and you are freezing, and you make it up to the the gate of the prison. What do you do?
And what do I see when I get? Is there like a person standing out there, or is it like an intercom system?
Nope. Just
Sending stones.
walls closed, guards up on towers. There's no one on your side of the wall. Let me put it that way.
Okay, so I'll yell up to the guards on top of the towers. Hey! I'm here to see a prisoner! Hello!
It probably takes a little bit of time for them to hear you just because the wind's where it is. But they look down and there's gonna point at the door, essentially telling you to knock.
Call this customer service because I don't knock on the door.
So as you bang on the door, you're gonna see it's essentially a portion of it open up. The portion that opens up is like right here on you.
Hey, down here!
And they look down and they close it, and you see one open up more at your level.
How accommodating. Hi, I'm here to speak to a prisoner.
Which one?
Number 13?
You kind of get like an eye raise there on that part. They open the gate, they bring you in. They bring you into a guard room like just inside, because they're gonna have like any and all weapons table.
Pull sword out, sit it on a table. Hand crossbow, sit it on a table.
All right, they're then going to give you a body search. They're going to pat you down.
Don't get feisty.
Okay, try and warm me up, please, by all means.
He just looks at you like, ugh. And they're going to take your weapons. They're going to put them in a lockbox and lock it. After that, especially considering that you are literally frozen, by the looks of it, they are going to take you to a area where you can warm up and get something warm in your belly.
Much obliged. Thank you very much. I'll play up the shivers too.
Remember, you have a level of exhaustion. You ain't playing that up.
Whatever I'm at, I'm amping it up just a little bit more.
Okay. But yeah, you do that, and then they'll take you to a meeting room. What's the meeting room on your map? Is actually hold on.
Can you throw that in the chat again? I want to try and save it so I don't have to keep scrolling up.
Yes, I can. There you go.
Hey, I got the chat to pop up finally.
But yeah, they're going to take you to a meeting room, which is funny enough next to storage.
I'll tug on one of their shirts and be like, "Is it any chance I could use the privy beforehand? I've been holding it for a while."
And there's a bathroom just in the corner.
So I remember from looking at the map, there's like a privy attached to the storage room. So I'm kind of like,
Yeah, no, for this one, for the meeting room though, they have it right there too.
Okay.
Remember, you're here a day early.
Oh, fair point. Yeah. See, also I forgot. Like I was mentioning earlier, my familiar is in the crate with Storm with
Yeah, with
smoke on the water.
Yeah, God, I keep hearing the freaking guitar riff every time I hear that name.
It's the first song I learned how to play in guitar.
I didn't learn the whole thing, but I definitely learned that beginning.
Yeah.
And she said that name. I was thinking of Smoke on the Water from.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That's her name.
Hey, it works. I got no complaints there.
Yeah.
I love the references. Anyway, but after about an hour, the warden is going to come and see you. Because the warden is the one that supervises all visits. I mean, I said that earlier, so.
Oh yeah, no, that's okay. So hello, nice to meet you. What can I do for you? I'm here to see a prisoner.
Hold on. Let me get to the part where it has her description, because it's way at the freaking bottom. There they go. Yeah, so when she enters, you see her standing, about average height. She is human. Her name is Marta Marthanis. She's wearing. She typically wears a red robe with gold trim. And then you usually see, as being the warden, they have their rings on their waist, or not rings, sorry, their keys on a ring.
So it's nice to meet you. My name is Hans. What's your name?
You may call me Warden Marta.
He's gonna play up the he's like a con man by nature, so he's gonna play up the charm a little bit. He's like Warden Mar. That's such a lovely name. That's what wonderful building you have here. Very strong, very secure, very. He's like very overtly trying to hit on her.
She's just giving you a blank stare.
So tell me, how many visitors do your prisoners usually get?
It varies.
Oh, come now. We can. I know the temperature is cold, but we can warm up between you and me. Like,
What is your intent on seeing Prisoner 13? Like, she is
Uh,
just straight up all business.
oh, she's a family friend. Haven't seen her in ages, and when I heard that she got arrested and in this prison, I wanted to come see her.
Oh. So she's been here for quite some time, and you're only just now visiting?
I don't know if you noticed this about me, but I have rather a skin condition, rather wet. So, coming to a place where it's frigid cold, I love my family, but I want to keep my health in good check as well.
Very well. You can speak to her tomorrow.
Tomorrow, oh, excellent. Is there an area I can stay for the night?
Yeah, and she's going to call the guards in, and they're going to escort you to a guest chamber, which will be... I have to scroll back up to find it, because I know there's guest chambers here somewhere. I was going to give you a bunk in the barracks. This guy's really the only place.
Well, nothing like hanging amongst the common rabble. Am I right? While I'm here, I'm going to make it my personal mission to break through that icy cold exterior of yours.
Good luck. And at that point, she's going to walk and return to her office.
Yes, there's a chance.
Oh, boy. Only the bards are supposed to be like this. Alright. But we're going to say that 24 hours have lapsed. You've still been waiting patiently in the barracks because you're kind of stuck there. You're not allowed to wander. You're not allowed to really wander. At least just yet. And you're going to see the new guard rotation come in. And you're going to see Ryan with the group.
Well met, fellow little folk.
B, do you have a reply to that as Azu?
Being that he's impersonating this other halfling, he kind of ignores him pretty much, and he's waiting until he speaks to the head guard at this point.
Yeah. Well, the head guard, she's pretty much gonna give you all the rundowns, being like, you have patrol this time, you patrol this time. And they explain how patrol routes work. Essentially, Ryan, as you're being told this, where the hell is it? Where the fuck is it? There it is. Yeah, so essentially, like it's standard shift, but you guys will usually run your actual patrol route about every 20 minutes or so. And it usually takes you about 4 minutes to complete your patrol.
Right.
Because your patrol route, if you actually look at the image I gave you, is that dotted yellow line. So you say from the guard room,
Mhm.
you're just going to walk, go into the courtyard, check it out, go into the armory, check it out. Have the other guard room real quick, and then you're going to head back to the guard room you were in, whether you were in the northern or the southern one.
All right. Ryan would also look to the head guard there and be like, "I need to try to persuade to speak to the, saying he has information to speak to the warden about."
Regarding, like, this is the head guard saying that to you.
That's for the warden to know.
Being as you're new here, you really think I'm just going to let you see the warden without knowing what's happening?
It's sensitive information.
Yeah, she's just going to brush you off on that one. Because you just got here, so it's like, what sensitive information would you have about the prison when you just got here? But I will still give you a chance to persuade, so go ahead and roll persuasion.
All right. Come on, Dice. You know you love me, Dice.
Now let's do flat roll. I was thinking about giving disadvantages, but now we'll leave it flat.
$17 plus 3, 20.
Okay. So she is still very reluctant at this, but does take you up to the warden's office. And, says, Warden Marta, this new guard here says they put heavy emphasis on that, sensitive information for you. And the warden will turn and go like, well, what is this information?
As Kazu, he would step forward and he'd kind of look over his shoulder at the head guard and see if she would, like, you need to leave type, deal.
Yeah, no,
he's trying to keep it limited.
Head guard ain't moving yet.
Well, he looks, he kind of internal sigh. You don't want to give it away, But he looks at the warden and be like, I have it on good authority through the grapevine that one of your dwarven visitors is trying to break it. I'm sorry, Nick, your face is making it harder to say.
Oh, you are so dead.
Well, the act of betrayal tends to drive the air from one's lungs.
And he didn't even have to.
I was not expecting that. I should have.
I mean, he paid for their drinks with the gold he lifted. Come on, guys.
For those watching, because it's hard to do it on Streamlabs, can someone please clip that for me? For the love of God, please. Oh.
And while giving this information about the dwarf named Hans,
oh, you're name dropping too. Okay.
He would try to persuade the head guard and warden just to throw Hans in with prisoner 13.
So, okay. So there's gonna be a few rolls for this.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me another persuasion roll to convince them that you're
crap.
about what you told them about Hans to begin with.
So
I'm trying to give Nick a chance here. As much as I love what you did, I'm trying to give Nick a chance. Oh god. Oh.
You're lucky, Nick. Only a 7.
Okay, so they're not gonna immediately believe you there. So it's only gonna be the one roll right now. They will
Okay.
say though, if you can come up with evidence, you might be able to turn their attention toward the matter. Because the fact you said through the grapevine has them a little less inclined to believe you, especially since you just showed up at the prison.
Um.
So, like, do you have any
No.
information you want to give them to help persuade?
Uh. Let's see here. uh. He hmm, he would, he'd be there. He'd be like, you can see that it doesn't really. Then he'd be like, well, you can also check the storage.
And why?
Or he has a partner stuck in one of the crates with the.
And how would you know this? Warren asks.
We're so screwed.
Yeah,
It's nice to know.
you know, 3% cut one way is a little bigger cut. You know.
Oh.
I'm sorry to tell you guys, but one of the things that rolled out on his traits is that he has a propensity to try to hoard the stuff to himself.
Nice. But again, they're gonna.
So
You still have to answer the Warren's question of how you know that there's someone in a crate.
I did a little poking around when I was on the boat to investigate
And why didn't you
this
report it while you were on the boat?
because I thought it would be more. What's the word? I had the word right there. I had to make sure
What
I
are
had
you
all
thinking,
the
Nick?
gathered information. To make
My
sure
brain
all
is
the
spinning right
gathered
now.
information, and it took the trip here in order to.
To piece it together.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
So the head guard is going to investigate this with some of her guards, and you are instructed to wait in the barracks with Hans until this is confirmed. Uh, so I think that's a great moment to go for a break, so we can all kind of like recollect ourselves after that betrayal. So we're gonna take a good, I would say, 15-minute break or so, just so we can catch our breath. Because I still can't breathe. But we will be
Yeah,
back in about
either.
15, y'all.
Will can't hear us?
Yeah, that's why I forgot. I said I'm not using my stream deck for the one-shot screen. It didn't unmute.
Okay.
So for the good past hour, no one's heard us.
Oh no.
This one. Okay, I gotta make like a one-shot command prompt on here. Yeah. So for reference, by the way, to kind of recap, that's all my fault, guys. But to recap what happened that past hour, and again, I'm sorry. Smokey was not found by the guard, so Ryan's plan to throw everyone under the bus did not work. Smokey was able to talk to Prisoner 13 and found out what the key was. It was the tattoos on her knuckles, and that if they get the ledger from the warden's office, the Prisoner 13 will give them the key. Hans tried talking to Prisoner 13, and Prince just kept giving him a loop. They just would not give him a straight answer, but that's because it was a supervised conversation with the warden. So they really couldn't outright say, hey, give me the fucking key. You know, I want the money. Like, I don't care why you're in here. Just give me the key. They couldn't just outright say that. But Smokey was able to hide from patrol and tell Ryan, saying, hey, go get this ledger so we can get the key. They also passed the information to Hans through the toad on her shoulder, because that was Hans' familiar. And Ryan has now, albeit barely, successfully stealthed up to the warden's door to try and get in and get the ledger. Whereas Hans' toad has gone its way up as well. And Smokey's just hiding behind riot shields in the armory because there's not really much else to hide. Alright, and again, I am so sorry about that, y'all.
Hey, it happens.
But so Ryan, you made it to the door. What are you going to do?
Try to crack the door as much as possible without it being seen or heard. To peek in and see what he's.
Yeah, well, the door is locked, so you can't actually crack the door there.
So, okay.
But that's a good sign because that means the warden's not in there.
Yeah. All right. So, and he's unaware of the toad being up here. So,
yeah,
all right.
Yeah, because the toad's invisible.
Yeah. So, well, he could try to pick lock, but what's he gonna pick lock with?
Yeah, you just have the guard's gear. You don't really have much of your gear.
Yeah, because if I had my gear, I'd have my thieves' tools, and I know I have the forgery kit, but what has okay? Well, would the toad be able to see him there? Or?
I would say the toad's there at this point. Yeah,
The
still
toad is
invisible,
there?
but it's there.
It's
The
like
toad-
it's got to hop up one step at a time. You know?
So, the toad is a quasit. Just like a creepy little imp.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
He can shapeshift into a quasit, into a toad, a bat, or a centipede.
Okay.
And he can also do climb. So would it be possible for the quasit, if he shapeshifted into the quasit, to pick the lock? Or he doesn't have any tools?
I'd probably say it's hard for. I think the closet wouldn't really be able to pick it.
Okay, darn.
but would he have any? Does he have any spells that he casts through the quad? No.
What about a centipede could go under the door if there's a gap?
That is true, and
That
is
is
a
true.
gap.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm metagaming. My bad. I do apologize. I hate it when people do that.
You're fine.
Well, Ryan's gonna have to look for something to pick the lock with because he's unaware of
I mean, there's nothing there for you to pick it with.
nothing on that he would potentially have on him. Maybe something he can make shift into a maybe.
Actually, you got a dagger on you. You could try with that.
Okay, so we'll try picking the lock with the dagger, and then I mean,
Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand.
sleight of hand.
God, I feel so.
I really
bad.
feel like I'm in a craps game.
What was that?
Because I feel so bad about the mute button still.
Honest mistake.
14 is. And so we 18.
18. So I'll say with that, you're able to pick the lock. You broke it, but you picked it.
Oh, that's not good.
Can we say
Alright,
the
well-
centipede has gone in?
It wasn't like when I say you break it, I don't mean like you broke it where like everyone in the prison's going to hear it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that whenever the warden comes back and they try and lock their door later, they're going to realize it's broken then.
Okay. Oh. I guess we'll have to deal with that later. Well, so he'll be able to sneak. He'll be able to open the door and pop in and look for the ledger, I guess.
All right, give me investigation.
Oh,
Should I do that as well?
I say your closet's up there by now, is going in the room now too, right? Yeah, go ahead and have the closet do the investigation for you as well. Is it still invisible or has it shown itself?
It stays invisible until it attacks or until its concentration ends.
Okay. That's fine either way. I'm just curious.
Oh, in the privy, in the
Ooh.
meeting room. Just curious.
Yeah, I haven't moved yet. Yeah.
I'm six.
Okay,
I got a 16, Kellen.
16, I'll come back to that.
Okay.
Investigation, you said?
Yes.
With the closet's stats, that is an 11.
Okay. Real quick, by the way, as you're, peering through the eyes of your closet, you're going to hear from your end of the connection, knock on the door going like, you okay in there? Because you've been in there for a good, 30 minutes now.
Apologies. The food is not up quite to the standard that I'm used to. Just a few more minutes, I promise.
Yeah, you just hear a sigh. Because remember, the warden is still in there. So
Is
I'm
the,
definitely making some grunting noises. Like, oh! Ooh!
give me a performance check for that.
Oh.
Actually.
No.
That is 22.
Oh yeah, you're making it sound like you are having the worst day ever on the toilet.
You're gonna end up in the hospital, dude.
Yeah, probably. But with the 11 for the closet, they don't find the ledger. They do find some other interesting stuff, but nothing really relevant. They actually do find a note that has, and I gotta make sure I look this up correctly. So it's gonna find a letterhead where in the top right corner it's gonna have a harp inside of a crescent moon. You will find a document with that on there, but Ryan with the 16, you do end up finding the ledger tucked away on the desk, like it was buried under paperwork.
Okay.
Alright, so you got the ledger. What are you gonna do?
I'm assuming there's other stuff there that you can use to maybe forge another ledger. So maybe
There's no real blank paper available for you here. Plus your forgery kit's still in the barracks.
yeah, okay. Well, he'll take the ledger and pocket it, try to keep it hidden from view, obviously.
Yeah, with the way the uniforms are set up, you're able to, no problem.
Okay. And then casually he would flip out, shut the door behind him.
Alright,
And
did you let the closet get out? Oh, actually, no, the closet's still
Yeah,
invisible.
he has no clue about the closet. So
Alright, so, hold on. So, Nick, high or low?
Low.
$84. The closet is locked in the room.
I see him close the door in front of the closet, curse quietly as to why I forgot to turn invisibility off, and use my action to temporarily dismiss it.
All right, never. I was gonna say too, like when you realize it slammed the door, the quads flew into the door.
The portal thing.
Oh, it didn't hit it hard. It was like flying, like it wasn't like buzzing into the door. It was like, you know how like as kids, you know, you walk into a screen door by accident. It would just be like a. It was just like that. Nothing like crazy. But yeah. So you dismiss your closet.
I dismissed him, and I, as another action, I can make him reappear within 30 feet of me.
Okay.
And I'm going to instruct him to get back to the armory to help Smokey.
Okay. So what room are you summoning him in?
The privy.
Okay. You know the door is shut.
With Find Familiar, you could. It's like a cast. You can bring them into existence, or is it not that?
Well, no. You said the privy. So you're talking about the bathroom that you're in, right?
Yeah.
I doubt you're faking using the bathroom with the door open where the warden can look in. Is what I'm getting at. I can still summon it in there. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
Like, you can't really stay in the room if you're going to do that because you can't.
No.
do that.
I will. I suppose there's like a flushing mechanism
There
on the
is.
toilet. But yeah, flush, just to wash my hands, and then I have it cast invisibility on itself again. And it's like, okay, go back up to the armory. Telepathically, go back up to the armory, and stick with Smokey.
All right. So that's when you exit the bathroom then? Okay, cool. And it's able to go because the meeting room door is still open, so it's able to head over there. The armory door is still shut, but it knows, you know, that someone will be by soon. So we're gonna go back to Ryan. When you make it back to the barracks, give me another stealth check.
Come on, dice. And you know, it being slow, I don't know why it's rolling so slow. Maybe, but all right. You can stop flashing. Tell me when. 16 plus 8, 24.
Oh hell yeah! You're invisible to everyone, and you make it all the way to the armory. Hell, Smokey didn't even realize you entered the room.
Obviously she didn't know, so I'd be like, "Psst, I got the ledger. What now?"
All right, Smokey.
Just leave it here.
Where? Here.
Anywhere, I'll get it.
Well, you'll take it out, and is there like any, perhaps like desk or something that's maybe close to her? Or no.
Nope.
Okay, so I'll say.
Seeing that I started to say, seeing that he's just kind of standing there with it, I will reach a paw out and grab it.
And
Well,
just for shits and giggles here, give me a dexterity saving throw. Ryan.
Saving throws. Whoops. Dexter. Oh, stop. Please stop right there. I think I just got my wish. $19 plus 6 is 25.
So, yeah, so you're not startled when this paw just comes out of nowhere and snatches the journal from you. I will say, though, you do get a little bit of static shock just because of how much that smoke has been moving around. They probably built up a bit of a static charge.
Karma, maybe?
Yeah, probably.
Listen. Can you open the main door to the prison?
What would
real quick, actually, because I know where you're trying to go with that. One thing y'all were told by Var that I forgot to mention at the beginning is the way. Oh, we lost the transcribe bot. Hold on. But pretty much did not respond. What? That there will be a boat just out of sight on the southern coast or the northern coast whenever you guys try and get out.
Okay.
Okay, so we don't have any more closed captioning,
Touchdown.
I guess.
I can create a distraction. I can cast a wall of fog on the whole surveillance tower. If you can get the main door open where we can slip out in the chaos.
This order takes
Okay, well, Ryan would obviously be in a hurry because he needs to get back, hopefully, before he's seen or knows that he's gone during this. So he'd be like, okay, I'll see what I can do.
Have you seen Han?
Nope. Who's Han? It's kind of
I don't know. The toad disappeared. I don't know how to get in touch with him to tell him about the plan.
Did my toad the closet make it up to the armory by the time Ryan got there?
barely escaping with their lives.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, so he's in the room, and when he pops up as a toad again on your shoulder and just reappears.
Oh, never mind. Ryan, Han. I have the ledger. I'm gonna go give it to the prisoner. Get the key, and then I'm gonna create a distraction in the center. And Ryan's gonna try and open the main door so we can slip out. She doesn't want to go.
See, the toad kind of cocks its head, Huh?
Wouldn't it make more sense for Ryan to slip the ledger to the prisoner, being a guard?
That's fine. I just need you to let me know when you've done that and got the key. I don't know if she knows you.
Well, the closet can come with him, so. Oh, there we go.
Right, okay, I'm just after I already told the freaking. After I fix all the cameras, that's fine. I was gonna tell him. Disconnect. Because I'm not fixing the cameras again.
Okay.
Alright, anyway, so who's delivering the ledger?
Ryan is.
Okay.
He can do it on his way back to the. So he would be able to, along the pathway, because he would obviously know where Prisoner 13 would be. He would slip the ledger in.
Yeah, well, when you make it there and when you slip the book in, she's going to turn to you going, you aren't the one I made the deal with. She's a partner of mine. Well, and she'll take the ledger and open up, and she's like, well, this is exactly what I need, and she'll start, you won't really be able to see what she's doing, but she then hands the ledger back to you once she's done with it, and going, deal's a deal, and she'll hold out her arm so that you can, and there's plenty of time where you'll be able to do this, so you can memorize the tattoo pattern.
Okay.
All right.
I have a question for Nick. Did the closet come with me? And is it invisible?
The closet is still on Smokey's shoulder.
Okay. So. Alright, so you would memorize the, and you gave the ledger back?
Yeah.
So, okay, well, he'd have to tuck the ledger. Damn. What's with everyone
You can do
give...
whatever with the ledger now.
But they will be back. Thursdays coming soon. A very ADHD Curse of Strahd, run by Andrew the Teller of Tales.
I'm thinking of the possible. He would try to slip the ledger back into the cell without the prisoner noticing.
Oh, she's going to notice. You ain't getting past that.
Okay. I don't want the damn ledger anymore.
Okay, I mean, find a place to ditch it.
All right, so we'll just say. Oh, let's see. I gotta look at the map. So the cell's right there. Courtyard. Can't do. Oh hell, he'll take it back. He'll just casually try to ditch it somewhere in the armory.
Alright.
And I guess he's gonna have to speak to thin air because someone won't come out of their hiding spot. And he'd be like, I got the information we need.
Okay. Make your way to the main door. I'm going to give you a slow count to 100 to get there. And then I'm going to create a distraction. And then I'm going to look at the toad and say, Ryan or Han, you got that?
Ryan,
The toad's going to nod and go invisible on your shoulder. You still feel him there, but you can't see him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ryan would be like, are we talking dwarf slow or how slow are we talking? Or orc slow?
1, 2, 3, go!
One bullet escape.
As he starts counting, I'm assuming you book it to the door.
Yeah.
Well, not book it, like, because you don't want to race it. But you
Make
it
his
over there.
way. Yeah, try to make
Yeah.
his way.
So we'll say
Stealth his way is there.
you make it over there, and you're waiting for the fog cloud to take in before you open. And Han just made it over there too. Lisa, go ahead and describe how you cast your fog cloud.
Okay, so I'm going to go directly in this little corridor
Mm-hmm.
so I get where I can see the whole center thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I can cast a 60-foot radius fog cloud over the whole center surveillance section.
Okay. So once you cast that, and the fog gets, and as the fog starts building up, one, obviously the alarms will start blaring because you can't really avoid that there. And all the candles that are lit by magical fire go from like the yellowish hue that you normally see fire. They all go blood red.
Okay. And I'm booking it to the door as stealthily as I can.
Right after she casts the fog cloud, I'm going to have the toad, through him, cast invisibility on her.
Oh, wait,
Oh,
so,
God.
I will say though, and you'll notice this, Smokey, as you pass the flames, you see that you become visible.
Ah.
Like in between the flames, you're visible. Or when you're in front, like when the flames like hits you, is what I'm getting at.
Right.
But you're able to make a door fine. You guys open the door. You see a boat coming in, and it's not slowing down either. Like it's literally going to be doing like literally a pick up and go. So you can assume this is your your getaway ship.
Yep.
Because the alarms are blowing. You can hear that. And I will say, from the guard towers, we're gonna go Indiana Jones here. You guys just see like volleys of arrows being shot at you as you are running down the like after you made it down the elevator, as you're running down the plank. And just for shits and giggles here, all three of you give me either athletics or acrobatics. I will give you choice of.
Can I make it look like Ryan's trying to chase them down to capture them?
Oh, thank God. I got a 22.
Okay, give me a performance check for that, actually.
Oh, okay. 1 second. I gotta wait for this.
Give me your athletics or acrobatics. Lisa, what was yours? Acrobatics or athletics?
Acrobatics.
Acro. Nick?
Acrobatics.
I think. Hang on.
Acrobatic
What
dwarf,
was the?
okay.
Yeah.
I went with acrobatics. Yeah.
It's a difference between a 0 and a +1.
Ain't fair. Hey, if it works, it works.
So my acrobatics is going to be 22.
Okay.
And you said performance?
Yeah, and what was your acrobatic roll, Nick?
Dirty 20.
Okay. Oh, yeah, this is going to be perfect. I was kind of hoping for some slips, but oh well. Because this is just going to be for flavoring.
Let's start our episode. Might have to shorten that thing because it didn't. Oh, it looks like it didn't. Cut out some of the. I'll figure it out.
Performance.
It's
I
fine.
don't think it came out very well.
When we last left off,
6 for performance.
Well, oh yeah, no, you ain't fooling anyone. They realize that now. Granted, like at this distance, they can't see you.
managed to
They can probably assume who it is because there's not probably many halfling guards.
beneath
But you ain't fooling anyone. But with all the rolls y'all did with acrobatics, like all of y'all are able to land with such grace onto the boat. Like you guys have been doing this for years, whether as a team or individually. You're used to running onto moving vehicles and getting the hell out of Dodge. Like you guys don't even slip on the wet deck or the wet pier. Like y'all land and Larry just turn around and just go, you know, the whole like American Dad's like, bye, have a good time. Just like being cocky. And you guys sail off, and after a few days of sea travel, you meet it with Varin back in the town of Lucerne. Now he is not going to take it to the vault, though. I say he's not taking it there. You're still getting your reward. Don't worry. But you guys show him the tattoo that's supposed to unlock it and everything.
Oh no, Ryan had to memorize this, so he's not going to hold out. He wants to see what they work so hard to.
Pretty sure you'll probably break under what they do to you if you don't give them the key. I was like, because Varn ain't gonna joke around about getting the key.
Like, I can summon tentacles. Like, you want me to smack him around a little bit?
No, more so he was thinking about throwing him back into Revel's End because they know his face. Because remember, that's what they did to Corda. They threw her in Revel's End.
Oh, they did. Oh.
Alright, so what are you doing, Ryan? Remember, you guys are already getting 3% of the treasure. Like, that's per person. That's not as a group. That's per individual.
Sweet. Awesome.
Okay, I didn't. Okay.
Oh yeah, no, I'm doing per person because you guys were all contacted separately. Like if you guys were a group, I would have made it a group thing.
All right, he would give him the.
Okay. Because remember, you're
information.
because he already like you because you talked him up a whole percentage.
Needless to say, he doesn't know about the gold.
Yeah, he still didn't know about the 5 gold because 5 gold is kind of paltry to him. All right, but he does that, and then again, he won't show you guys where the vault is, but in about another 3 days' time, because he'll tell you all to wait back in the Golden Horn. He will come in, and room and board is covered, by the way, while you're waiting. But he will return, and you just see like all like this is like you see everything on the on a freaking wagon being wheeled in front. And each of you are going to get 3,150 pieces of copper, 1,650 pieces of silver, 150 gold, and 18 bloodstones worth 50 apiece. And then, of this list, I'm going to have each of you choose one, except for Ryan, because they were the one that convinced 3%, so they'll get the extra part here. But, Nick, actually, I'll roll to see who goes first for this. Let me get this. So, 1, 2, Nick, 3, 4, Lisa, 5, 6, B. Lisa, you get first pick. You can choose a Cap of Water Breathing, a Dust of Disappearance, a Gem of Brightness, Mithril Armor, Poison of Lightning Resistance, or Slippers of Spider Climbing. That's in addition to the money you were given.
I already can climb, so I'm gonna do Dust of Disappearance.
Okay, cool. All right, and then we'll do Evans, Nick, Odd, B. Odd, so B, pick 2.
I can see the options one more time.
Yeah, so you have the Cap of Water Breathing, the Gem of Brightness, the Mithril Armor, Potion of Lightning Resistance, and Slippers of Spider Climbing.
silvery veins that covered his neck and his jawline.
Let's see, mithril armor and
And a voice that was
gem's useless. The climbing's useless. That would leave the first one, I believe.
The cap of water breathing.
Water breathing.
Yeah, water breathing.
All right, that's one. You get another one.
And the mithril armor.
All right. Oh wow. Okay, I figured you choose spider climbing.
No, because he can climb already. That's one of his things.
All right, Nick. So that gives you Gem of Brightness, the potion, or the slippers.
Slippers.
All right, cool. But you guys have gotten your reward. Which, if I were to tally that total up into just gold pieces to make it easier for math purposes,
And was told by King Nat Cole that of all of the spirits that dwelled within the chamber,
oh god damn, stupid freaking
he
thing.
was the one that was rooting for her.
Hold on. 181.
Further pointing towards some greater destiny.
Y'all got just a little over 1,000 gold to get all, between the three, for each one of you, not including the magic
Nice.
items.
We find ourselves
Nice.
Yeah,
Excellent.
y'all are just rich at this point.
We made a good. I'm thinking we made a pretty good team because I still don't know about the.
Oh, Ryan's keeping that all hush hush.
It's nice to know I can,
Oh, yeah.
I can trust both of you. You guys are such trustworthy people.
We should work together. We're a good team.
All right. But with that, we are going to call it an end for tonight. Thank you all for coming, even with my stupid moment of forgetting to unmute after break. I know I'm not going to live that down.
Hey, it happens.
Oh, I know. It's not the first time. Remember our first episode? And second.
So we'll be back on the 2nd of February, yes?
Let me double check my calendar. Yeah, so we will meet again in 2 weeks on February 2nd, where hopefully everyone is feeling better and be able to jump back into our Stargate game. Because
I will be on call.
Okay, cool. We can work around that. If we
That
can-
does,
so,
yeah.
I mean, if we have to do another one shot that day, that's fine. If not, I mean, again, it's cool.
Hopefully not.
Yeah. But like I was
That
gonna
was
say-
fun.
Oh yeah, that's why I picked that one, because like it was all about like, okay, decisions, not okay. Let me go murder hobo. But like, so
Nobody was harmed in the making of this video.
Someone was almost harmed, though.
Decisions indeed.
But like I said, we will meet again on February 2nd, where we will hopefully get back into our Stargate game. Because last we left off, the four of them just got picked up by the Prometheus after the Planetron's DHD got busted. Sadly, they are not going back to Phoenix Base yet. They are getting Shanghai into going on the mission, because that mission kind of takes priority over them getting back to base. So yeah, they get there. So they're stuck out in the black, and you all know no one will hear you scream in space.
Kellen!
But also too, we're just gonna go ahead and do another quick round again. Say who you are, where we can find you, what other projects you're part of. We're gonna go in the order I have on the stream here. So it's gonna be B starting us off again.
All right. B, also known as Necrotic Viper on TikTok and Discord, as well as Twitch. I stream. I'm trying to get back into full-time streaming. I'm still got a few things to tweak, so I've been working on that for trying to revamp my Discord and some of my streaming stuff. But I'm streaming at least once, twice a week here on Twitch, and that's my big thing right now.
Okay, Lisa.
Hey, I'm Lisa, D&D Winterwolf on TikTok and Discord. Had a blast tonight, Kellen. Loved all the interactions. I'm proud of us. You can find me on alternating Fridays in the Stargate campaign that I'm looking forward to getting back to. Next Monday on Halfling Wizards Twitch page, we will be doing Orlea Origins. And then alternating Fridays with that, we have Orlea, another Orlea story, Wind Riders of Aria.
All right.
Fun times. Come check it out.
All right, Nick.
Hey everyone, Nick Santoro here. So yeah, I'm also on the game, the normal Stargate game, as well as the Origins of Relay game coming up on Monday. Really excited about that one. Tonight's game, I missed doing one shots just because of how chaotic they can be and get in, get out. So this was a lot of fun. You can find me on Twitch. I haven't started streaming yet, but I have got the package, everything downloaded, and just getting my affairs in order essentially. At NickSan73, and I'm also on TikTok at Professor Hexagon.
All right. And again, I'm Kellen, also as the Celtic Wyvern King. You can find me every other Friday on here, obviously, where we'll be streaming our Stargate 5e campaign. You can also find me on the opposite Fridays over at the Dinner and Game Show as we are getting ready to start our Walking Dead campaign. Using the book by Free League Publishing. This is going to be really cool because that book is fairly new, so it's not a whole ton of that out there. And then, as both Lisa and Nick said, you can also find me on alternate Mondays for Origins and Orlea's story, which is using a D&D 5e. And then on the opposite Mondays, along with Lisa, you can find me over on Wind Riders of Aria, which is using a brand new tabletop system called Surge, which we finally really got to dive more into it compared to the one-shot we did a few months ago. And it's really fun. We had a lot of blast with it. And that is over on the Halfling Wizards page. You guys see him in our chat here. Definitely give him a follow. I need to get a Nightbot command set up for him, so I can help advertise that. And just to, because we were talking about this before call too, by the way. Will is an awesome DM. Like, literally, there was an interaction between Lisa's character and NPC where he literally came up with an entire card game, rules and all, on the spot. And that was like, what, 25-minute character interaction, give or take? Like, literally came up with a whole new game in a game, which is amazing. So definitely check it out. You can actually find them on the little slideshow underneath my picture. It actually has a QR code, so if you're able to pause the stream and see it, it'll also be popping up in our outro here shortly. But outside of Twitch, you can also find me on TikTok under the same handle. I need to get a lot better about posting videos. I've been really bad. That's because the space I want to record in, I keep forgetting to put stuff up, is what I'll say there. And that's about it. So we're going to go ahead and, yeah, Will, that day card game, that was awesome. With it, we're going to go ahead and raid, and we're actually going to go raid 80th Adventures as they have just started their stream for the night. It is Agents of the Circle, which is a 5e Eberron homebrew campaign by Circle DM, aka Sphinx Akasa, who is an awesome guy. He got some awesome storytelling. As always, when you raid, if you like the content, follow. Definitely follow our channels if you haven't already. We are still working on affiliates so we can get channel points set up so that we can torture me or my players in whatever fashion I set up in those. But whenever you get there as well, do make sure you hit the refresh button because analytics don't always count raid views as views, so you do need to refresh after a bit just so it actually counts that towards their analytics. But with that, we will see you all later. Have a good one.